DNA analysis reveals mysterious origins of the biblical Philistines. We know that the story of David and Goliath teaches us that Goliath had 5 brothers from the city of Gath, and they each had 5 fingers on each hand, 6 fingers on each hand, 6 toes on each foot. And we also know from the Old Testament of the Holy Bible that the Philistines, the giants of the area of Israel, ancient Israel, were in fact from the island of Crete. We also know that a lot of the Trojan heroes were the heroes of the Trojan War were giants. So what is this with the analysis of the DNA of the Philistines? A handful of skeletons discovered in the Middle East shed light on the backstory of the Philistines, described in the Bible as one of the Israelites' main rivals. Philistines, whose origins have puzzled experts for decades, migrated to Palestine, to which they gave their name from southern Europe. Actually, we know that they were in Crete, according to the Bible. A genetic study was carried out on human remains found in the Philistine city of Ashkelon, located on the shores of the Mediterranean Sea, north of the Gaza Strip, using ancient DNA extracted from these bones. Scientists discovered that this mysterious ancient group of people actually originated in southern Europe around 3,500 years ago in the early Iron Age. The exact origin is difficult to pin down, but it could be anywhere from northern Italy, Sardinia, Greece, or Cyprus. However, there was also a time when the prosperous cultures across the Mediterranean began to crumble, especially the Greeks. The skeletal remains of these Philistine individuals, 10 individuals, were unearthed in the well-known Philistine cemetery in the ancient the port city of Ashkelon in Israel, one of 5 Philistine city-states cited in the Hebrew Bible. 3 of the individuals were from the pre-Philistine Bronze Age, 4 babies dated from the Iron Age in the 12th century BC, and the last 3 skeletons were from the Iron Age after the 10th century BC. And by analyzing their DNA, the experts discovered considerable variations in the genome. Although all 3 groups were mostly related to the Middle Eastern gene pool, individuals who died around 1100 BC had significant levels of European ancestry. But later individuals derived most of their ancestry from local Levantine gene pool, Levant, and that is the area of Israel and Syria, Lebanon. This suggests that the Philistines arrived from Europe in an early Iron Age and then quickly mixed with local populations in ancient Israel and the rest of the Levant. In no more than 2 centuries, this genetic fingerprint introduced during the early Iron Age is no longer detectable and appears to be diluted by a local Levant-related gene pool. Now, in this way, this is from the Max Planck Institute. In this way, DNA analysis definitively confirms the hypothesis about the origins of the Philistines, of the so-called peoples of the seas, protagonists of a wave of immigration to the eastern Mediterranean in the 13th century BC. These brought to the Middle East, including Israel and Palestine, the iron metallurgy. It fits with the Egyptian and other texts that we have, and it agrees with the archaeological material. This is by Daniel Master, director of Leon Levy Ashkelon. And the enemy people, the Philistines, are best known for being the violent, expansive arch nemesis of the Israelites, as described in the Hebrew Bible. And this rivalry, which was often rife with warfare, meant that many contemporary written sources gave them a bad rap, describing them as crude, uneducated, and unintellectual. Probably the most famous Philistine of all is the giant champion Goliath, the giant defeated by young David, who later became King David of Israel and Judah. But these ancient people are not just myths and legends. There's a ton of modern archaeological evidence showing that the Philistines were real, from ancient Egypt inscriptions to their distinctive pottery. It's curious that the descendants of these migrants, only 2 centuries after the invasion, present a low rate of European genes despite the continuity in material culture. And it follows that the peoples of the sea mixed with the local Semitic populations, assimilating themselves genetically with them, despite the fact that in the Bible they are characterized as sworn enemies of the Israelites. And this is on Infinity Explorers by Anne Shrivastava. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.